Watching independent television, this to bring to the notice of our valued customers and distinguished viewers that all other paid announcements will be brought to you immediately after the network news. Thanks for your able cooperation. Independent television, poised to serve you better.
Tonight on the news, lawmakers blame worsening insecurity on recruitment of ex-bandits into military. ADC warns federal government against negotiating with insurgents as kidnappings escalate. Edo Assembly amends secret court prohibition law. Western Delta University graduates first PhD students in record time. Lagos police stop unapproved Egungun festival plans. And it's a pleasure to have you join us on ITV Network News. From the Abuja Network Studio, my name is Godwin Dele. And tonight from Benin, I have Philip Omorigupon joining us. And also from our Lagos Network Studio, I have Messelena Onko. Good evening to you guys.
Good evening, Godwin.
Good evening, Godwin. Good to have you tonight. Good to see you tonight.
Good evening. Thank you. We move straight to the news. Members of the House of Representatives on Wednesday continued their debate on the increasing spate of insecurity in different parts of the country with the aim of proffering last solutions. Organic Victor reports that while some lawmakers blame the menace on the alleged recruitment of ex-bandits into the military, others said the government had demonstrated an embarrassing lack of political will to tackle it.
The federal lawmakers continued their special plenary session on Wednesday, suspending all motions to debate on the possible solutions to the lingering insecurity in different parts of the country. Caucus led 6 geopolitical zones and other interested members were asked to voice their opinions on the security challenges. Prominent among them is Honorable Idris Wase, leader of the North Central Caucus, who alleged that some Nigerian security agencies recruit ex-bandits, thereby giving room to more crimes.
When in the process of recruitment, Boko Haram were found in the list, other criminals, armed robbers gangs were found in the list of Nigerian army and police. There has to be a thorough way of ensuring that when we are recruiting, those of us that are politicians are recommending, should recommend people of good character and integrity. That's the only way we can resolve this problem and solve this problem.
To other lawmakers like Solomon Bob from Rivers State, the government had demonstrated an embarrassing lack of political will to tackle the menace.
What has happened in this country is an abject lack of courage. Every president since 1999 till today has demonstrated an embarrassing lack of courage to deal with an issue that has festered. We are appeasing terrorists. We are placating them. They are engaged in negotiation. You can't appease your way out of terrorism.
It is the right time for us as a house to legislate on the right legal framework on our state policing.
The lawmakers say the situation is worrisome and that every effort must be geared towards arresting it. From the House of Representatives, Organic Victor, ITV News.
And meanwhile, the African Democratic Congress, ADC, has condemned the government's approach to tackling insurgency, warning that negotiating with bandits is a dangerous and misguided strategy. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Bolaji Abdullahi, stated this Wednesday at a press briefing at the party's national secretariat in Abuja. Political correspondent Joseph Kadri reports that the party praised the safe return of victims from recent kidnappings, including worshippers adopted for Christ Apostolic Church in Kwara State and school children in Kebbi State.
The ADC in this press briefing by its spokesman, Bolaji Abdullahi, commends the safe return of some abducted students, but says the abduction should never have occurred, blaming federal government inaction and political distractions for the rising insecurity. The ADC expresses deep concern over reports suggesting the federal government may have negotiated with kidnappers rather than bringing them to justice. The party warns that such action could encourage more kidnappings and perpetuate a cycle of terror.
The federal government is not being honest with Nigerians about the circumstances surrounding the release of the abducted victims. We strongly believe that this administration is negotiating deals with insurgents. It is especially alarming to hear the Inspector General of Police state that the perpetrators of the Kwara Church attack were not arrested just because they came out voluntarily to surrender the victims.
The party also criticizes the closure of 47 unity schools and other state schools in response to escalating abductions, calling it a dangerous concession to terrorists. The ADC urges the federal government to reinforce security, deploy protection forces to schools, and reopen them immediately.
A few days ago, in response to the escalating abduction of children, the federal government ordered the closure of 47 unity schools across the country. Several state governments have followed suit, shutting down schools and sending children home. While the government may consider this the safest short-term options, it sends a dangerous message to terrorists. A government that quietly negotiates with insurgents and then shut down schools to avoid further kidnappings has in effect conceded ground to terror. We call on the federal government to immediately deploy the Civil Defense Corps to all the federal unity schools so that children can safely return to the classroom without further delay.
From Abuja, Joseph Kadri, ITV News.
And away from that, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Wednesday declared a nationwide security emergency, ordering the Nigerian police and armed forces to recruit additional personnel to tackle rising insecurity across the country. In a statement issued from the State House, the President directed the police to recruit 20,000 new officers, bringing the total planned intake to 50,000. He also authorized the use of National Youth Service Corps camps as temporary training facilities for the recruits. The statement read, "Today, in view of the emerging security situation, have decided to declare a nationwide security emergency and order additional recruitment into the armed forces." President Tinubu gave the Department of State Services authority to deploy trained forest guards to flush out terrorists and bandits operating in Nigeria's forest, and order the recruitment of more personnel to strengthen those operations. The President commended security agencies for their effort in rescuing 24 schoolgirls in Kebbi and 38 worshippers in Kwara State, and vowed to sustain efforts to free students still held hostage in Niger State. He also praised the bravery of soldiers who have lost their lives in recent operations, including Brigadier General Musa Uba. President Tinubu called on the National Assembly to preview laws to allow states to establish state police where necessary, and urge local authorities and religious institutions to improve security measures. Meanwhile, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has condemned the unauthorized circular directing government schools in FCT to shut down, insisting no such approval was issued. He described the action as unimaginable and very unfortunate. FCT correspondent Joy Gucci Yakina reports that the minister made this known during an inspection exercise and later reaffirmed it at the FCT security meeting in Abuja. The report.
The FCT Minister Nyesom Wike first reacted during an inspection tour of ongoing infrastructure projects at Guzape 2, A11 district in Abuja. He announced the indefinite suspension of the Education Mandate Secretary and disclosed that directors involved in issuing the circular would also face sanctions for misleading the public, with claims that FCTA ordered the closure of schools.
I was watching television last night and I saw a scroll that FCT has directed that schools should be shut down, and I couldn't believe it, and I had to call the Mandate Secretary of Education, and of course he couldn't reply, and then I had to get to the details. I've even got to know the circular that was given to all the schools without our approval, and I know that we're having Security Council meeting today, and I called the Commissioner of Police and I called the State Director of SSS, who they said it's not in the agenda, and there's no way, we don't have such a threat that will make us to go and shut down the school. So because of that, the Mandate Secretary of Education has been suspended indefinitely, and the directors who are involved would be sanctioned according to civil service rules. But you can imagine how people could take such decision.
Wike further reiterated his position at the FCT security meeting held shortly after the inspection, with the Commissioner of Police and other security heads in attendance.
So nobody should be worried. The public should not panic. The security agencies are equal to the tax. Government will do all they can to give them the necessary support. So I felt it necessary to let you know that we are not part. We never took such a decision.
From Abuja, Joy Igoche Hakina, ITV News.
And now from the nation's capital, let's turn our attention to Benin, where Philip is standing by. Over to you, Philip.
Thank you, Godwin. The Edo State House of Assembly has amended the Secret Court and Similar Activities Prohibition Law 2025. Assembly correspondent Joy Obaisiagbon reports that a proposal from Governor Monday Okpebholo to establish the Edo State Emergency Management Agency was also read to the legislators.
The Edo State 8th Assembly witnessed a significant development during Wednesday's plenary as the chairperson of the Committee on Security and Public Safety, Honorable Maria Edeko, presented the committee's report on a bill to amend the Secret Court and Similar Activities Prohibition Law of 2025. The report contained 2 key findings and 1 recommendation for consideration by the lawmakers. The proposed amendment, cited as the Secret Court and Similar Activities Prohibition First Amendment Law 2025, underwent detailed scrutiny and was subsequently passed after scaling through the 3rd reading.
Bill for the law to amend the Secret Court and Similar Prohibition Law have been passed by this House, the 8th Assembly. Clean copies of this bill should be forwarded to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, for his assent.
In another major development, the lawmakers received a bill from Governor Monday Okpebholo seeking to establish the Edo State Emergency Management Agency. The bill, designed to strengthen the state disaster response and management systems, was read on the floor and referred to the Committee on Rules and Business for further legislative action. From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbon, ITV News.
Following the security challenges facing the country, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, has warned the naval personnel that the Naval will decisively deal with any officer involved in illegal oil activities within Nigeria's maritime waterways. Warri correspondent Benga Ahmed reports that the Naval Chief made the remarks during his visit to the command to ascertain the level of preparedness of the Navy in maritime domain security.
On arrival at the Nigerian naval ship NNS Delta headquarters in Warri, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas inspected the water guards parade and exchanged pleasantries with senior naval officers during his inaugural familiarization visit to the command. Addressing officers and ratings, the Chief of Naval Staff stressing that security remains the foundation for national development, urging personnel to remain committed to their professional duties.
I must reiterate that you maintain the highest standards of discipline and professionalism, particularly in the conduct of your operations.
Vice Admiral Abbas reiterated the Navy's commitment to maintaining peace in the maritime environment to enable legitimate business to thrive. He also called for stronger collaboration with host communities. In his remarks, the commander of NNS Delta, Commodore Abdulaziz Subir, thanked the Chief of Naval Staff for the visit.
Sir, we assure you that NNS Delta will remain steadfast, disciplined, and fully aligned to your strategic intent as we work to secure the maritime domain and protect Nigerian vital economic interests.
Earlier, the Chief of Naval Staff told all NNS Delta facilities to assess the challenges facing the command and determine how best to address them. From Warri, Benga Hamid, ITV News.
The Edo State House of Assembly ad hoc committee investigating the Mowa and Radisson Blu Hotel projects has expressed reservations that the major stakeholders in the Radisson Blu project sent subordinates to represent them rather than appearing personally. Joy Obai-Siagbo reports that during the investigations, the committee was able to unravel that work on the Radisson Blu Hotel has reached 70% completion.
You were just signing and signing and signing and signing.
In continuation of the ongoing probe, the committee summoned all contractors and stakeholders involved in both projects to clarify their roles. While several key players appeared and provided detailed explanations, the committee expressed displeasure that major stakeholders in the Radisson Blu Hotel project sent subordinates to represent them rather than appearing personally. Despite this, representatives of Shapoji Palonje, the main contractors handling the Radisson Blu Hotel project, informed the committee that the project has reached 70% completion, even though full payments have not yet been made.
We have exposure of close to 40 billion. 40 billion, that is the exposure that we have on this project. We've been outside, we are not seeing 40% completion.
On the MOA project, the committee noted that although the MOA Institute submit all required documents, its representatives failed to verbally defend their submissions during the hearing. The Accountant General, however, appeared before the committee to offer clarity on the financial expenditures and payment flow.
To our knowledge, the matter that came was a request for payment, and that is the extent to which the trade was involved.
The committee has adjourned proceedings and will reconvene at a later date to conclude its findings. From Benin, Joy Obai-Siagbo, ITV News.
The Christian Gospel Artists Association of Nigeria has held its 2025 annual musical concert amidst pomp and celebration in Benin City. The event held at the Obaseki family compound on Oba Market Road drew renowned Edo Gospel artists, members from across Nigeria and beyond, various church groups and residents. Julado Ojo unveils the rest of the story.
The 2025 SIGAN annual concert, tagged Exceptional Praise, was an energy-filled gathering that featured powerful sermons, moments of spiritual renewal, and soul-lifting musical ministrations from several gospel artists, including Mr. and Mrs. K. Iyamu, Madam Vero Adedoyin, Pastor Francis Gobadia, Lady of Praise, Reverend Nosa and Franca, Peter the Rock, among others. Founder and Chairman, Board of Trustees, Elder Benson Paul Ayre, President of SIGAN, Lady Kash Neizena, and Chairman of the Planning Committee, Isioma Omaka, highlighted the significance of the annual concert and expressed satisfaction with the success of the 2025 edition.
The general idea, let's make gospel music popular. Let's enhance the welfare of gospel music ministers and use music as a tool for evangelism.
As a president, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled that we're having this done because we have actually gathered to give him high praise. And whenever you do that, God is always set to bless you.
Massive. You can see overflow everywhere. People are just watching and some are dancing with us. And we thought maybe it will not be massive like this.
Mrs. K. Iyamu and Mrs. Palmer Omori commended the Christian Gospel Artists Association of Nigeria and its leadership for sustaining the yearly initiative.
I pray that God will continue to uphold them and strengthen them to do more programs that will bring glory to the name of God. No one praises God and go down.
They've done well.
Because this is what God wants us to do.
Family in that family.
They brought this program and they brought every one of us together, and we are here in unity.
Everybody sing
From Benin, Jola Diojo, ITV News.
Now we cross over to our Lagos studio for continuation of the news. Over to you, Ms. Nina.
Thank you, Godwin. From Lagos. The Lagos State Police Command has arrested 12 suspects in connection with circulating handbills and posters informations on social media attributed to Oja Paparapo of Oregun. The State Police Public Relations Officer SP Abibola Adebisi in a statement said the publication from the group was warning and restricting the general public from freedom of movement, expression, and dignity to human persons. The command said it will not tolerate lawlessness in the parts of the state, and the Commissioner of Police, CP Olorudare Jimon, has therefore directed the suspension of the festival, which is likely to lead to disturbance of public peace, safety, and public order in the states.
This is Network News on ITV. Now it's time for a return. We'll bring you more stories on the news. Please stay with us.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you for staying on. The Reverend Andrew Agbomenyo Medical and Gospel Outreach Foundation, also known as Rural Mission, has again demonstrated its unwavering commitment to humanity during a 6-day gospel crusade, which featured free medical outreach and surgeries in Igara and Uneme Ekpedo in Akokwedo local government area, Edo State. The medical outreach took place at the Igara General Hospital and the Uneme Ekpedo Primary Health Center. Professor Wango was there and has details.
The Medical and Gospel Outreach Foundation, led by its president and mission director, Reverend Andrew Agbomenyo, and supported by lead surgeon Dr. Philip Osho, combined healthcare and spiritual intervention to impact the lives of women, children, men, and the elderly. About 1,000 persons benefited from the program, with 10 surgeries successfully carried out in Igara, while 28 surgeries were recorded in Uneme Ekpedo. Ailments such as hernia, appendicitis, lipoma, and excision cases, among others, were treated with several requiring surgical procedures. Many souls also embraced Christ during the outreach. Beneficiaries commended the organizers, noting that it was their first time experiencing such a program with quality healthcare services in their communities.
I just want to appreciate you for the success.
Speaking during the outreach, Reverend Andrew Agbomenyo emphasized the foundation's mission to meet both physical and spiritual needs.
Our vision is to reach out to the less privileged of us. We visit prisons, orphanage. I did similar program recently at Oko prison, where we did about 50 surgeries, and we saw about 350 inmates.
Is transportation. 2, the drones take much expenses from us.
Dr. Philip Osho also explained that the outreach aims to support the less privileged.
Just rounded up this program where close to 200 people were served and some surgeries were done, and glasses were distributed to people who need them.
Partners in the outreach include UBTH, Vision Spring, Igara's Descendants Union, UK, Sonny and Kemi Agumbiade Empowerment, and other well-meaning individuals. With a growing reach and unwavering purpose, the Reverend Andrew Agbomenyo Medical and Gospel Outreach Foundation remains committed to extending healthcare hope and healing to the most vulnerable across rural communities. From Igara, Efosa Wangwe, ITV News.
Authorities of one of Nigeria's most prominent private universities, the Western Delta University, say they have graduated the first doctorate degrees PhD students, a record achievement which further positions the educational institution for academic excellence. The Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Augustine Ikelebe, welcoming guests to the 15th convocation ceremony of the school, amongst whom were the visitor and former governor of Delta State, Chief James Onanefe Ibori. Added that the institution has also graduated master's degree students and 176 first degrees. Emmanuel Okpololoho reports that the occasion was also graced by other former governors, ministers, traditional rulers, business moguls, including the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Dambazo, retired, and Prince Adewale Adebayo, amongst others. The report is presented by Jolade Ojo.
I welcome you to the 15th convocation ceremony of this great citadel of learning.
The Chancellor, Western Delta University, and former Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Donald Duke, declaring the convocation open. The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Augustine Ikelebe, commended the visitor and former Governor of Delta State, Chief James Onanefe Ibori, for investing vigorously into the university and acknowledged the contributions made by some notable Nigerians and organizations for their roles in supporting the university.
This university offers or has the cheapest school fees among the universities around us. And this is in line with the vision of the visitors to this great university, that the fees of this university should not be above the economic capacity of its constituents.
In a convocation lecture titled Overcoming Insecurity in Nigeria, guest lecturer and former Vice Chancellor, Modibo University of Technology and Nigerian Army University, Professor Kyari Mohammed, was apt in saying that major insecurity is fueled by partisan politics, but was quick to add that the recipe for insecurity is good governance and government of inclusivity. Former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Dambazao, retired alongside politician and business mogul Prince Adewale Adebayo, were later decorated with honorary doctorate degrees of strategic studies and political science. Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council, Professor Ehosa Osage, charged all the graduates to be worthy ambassadors of the university. The visitor and former governor of Delta State, Chief James Ibori, thanked all that graced the event, noting that the school has grown to become among the best in Nigeria. The Vice-Chancellor later led all other dignitaries on tour of the various new landmark projects. Jola Adeojo, ITV News.
Concerned Benin youths under the umbrella of the Youths Union in conjunction with the Benin Solidarity Movement worldwide say the security of lives and property remains a top priority for them. The group stated this during a press conference organized to address issues of insecurity and the alleged allocation of contracts for the protection of oil wells. Wellington Akodija has details.
The need to ensure the safety of lives and property prompted the gathering of youths from several communities in Ikubauka local government area of Edo State. In his address, the public relations officer of the Otedo Youth Union, Comrade Ohen Ijuwari, noted that Ikubauka hosts several oil wells and stressed the need for youth to be empowered to protect these facilities, which form part of nature's critical infrastructure.
In Ologbo land, owned by the Benin people, there are 30 oil wells explored by MPDC and also 19 oil wells explored by Pan Ocean Company, thereby making a total of 49 oil wells in Ologbo with just one flowing station attached.
Also speaking, a youth leader, Ambassador Osaboyan Osabede Nwago, emphasized the importance of securing all villages. He condemned the practice of awarding pipeline protection contracts to non-indigents, insisting that while Nigeria remains one entity, youths from host communities must be included in the pipeline protection committees.
We are lamenting the insecurity as far as this territory is concerned. While some strangers will come into our land all the name of security issues and collect money to go and be enriching themselves, we the youths have to stand and say enough is enough.
We the indigents, we have interest on this oils. At least we supposed to have benefit in it.
The group called on the state and federal governments to urgently respond to their concerns, noting that local youths understand their terrain best and are therefore better to position to contribute meaningfully to community security. From Benin, Wellington Akodija, ITV News.
Watching ITV Network News, return to more stories after this short break.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you for staying on. Retired workers of First Bank Nigeria have staged a peaceful protest at the King Square branch in Benin City, demanding an improved retirement package in line with the current economic realities in the country. The retirees, who say they have been receiving a monthly pension of 15,000 naira for over 20 years, describe the payment as inadequate and dehumanizing. They also raised concerns over the management of the bank's pension trust fund, alleging financial irregularities. Donald MAN reports.
Retired workers of First Bank Nigeria converged on the premises of the King Square branch in a peaceful demonstration, calling on the bank's management and relevant authorities to urgently intervene in what they describe as prolonged neglect and worsening economic hardship. According to the protesters, they currently receive a monthly pension of 15,000 naira, a figure they say has remained unchanged for more than 2 decades, despite rising inflation and the high cost of living in Nigeria. They further disclosed that their annual medical allowance stands at 30,000 naira, an amount they describe as grossly insufficient to meet their healthcare needs as senior citizens.
We have we have instituted many cases. First Bank is a bank management. They always break the rules. Our members are dying in roads all over the distance.
We have the pension funds, but they have taken the pension funds. We are telling them enhance our pension, not from your profit, but from our pension fund.
And 15 naira every month. Then yearly medical is 30 naira, which translates to 2,500 every month. For the past 20 years on this issue, First Bank has a pension fund of 300 billion naira. We have met with them severally, meeting them severally. They've been forcing us here and there.
More critically, the retirees allege that about 300 billion naira from the First Bank Pension Trust Fund may have been mismanaged or embezzled without proper accountability, claims they urge relevant anti-graft agencies to thoroughly investigate. From Benin, Donald Ehiminyen, ITV News.
Elders, women and youths of Adeyan community have called on the Oba Benin, Oba Ewai II, the Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, and the Deputy Governor, Honorable Dennis Idahosa, to intervene in what they described as encroachment and illegal sale of their land by Mr. Kingsley Igbinosa, the Okao of Unuame village. According to the Adeyan people, the two communities located in Ovia Northeast local government area, Edo State, have enjoyed a cordial relationship for many years until Mr. Igbinosa allegedly began selling their land to Yoruba and Ijaw settlers, and they say has denied them access to their farms, cocoa plantations, and of course rubber farmlands. Enfosa Wangwe takes us there.
Speaking, the head of Ovia Shrine, Elder Sunday Osewegi, accused Mr. Kingsley Igbinosa of selling Adeyanoba land to Okumu people, the Yoruba and the Ijaw indigenes living in the riverine axis. Elder Osewegi noted that the elders and leaders of Adeyanoba community had invited the Okao of Umuame village for a peace meeting, but he allegedly refused to honor the invitation.
Ona ikpania ona wadi ona aje okpa wo vi mata dan wa do baby konjo owi ori nya ni ya fefefe.
Another elder of the community, Ege Omogbe, stated that Mr. Igbinosa claims ownership of the entire stretch of land from Ovia area to Adeyanba. Also speaking, the woman leader of Adeyanba community, Mrs. Eisieme Eimema, accused Mr. Igbinosa of destroying their crops. One of the youth leaders of the community, Mr. Edowo Yikuba, alleged that Mr. Igbinosa is selling their land to Ijaw people because he claims to have powerful connections in the society.
Ai manawe doge manawe dogbebe do gi omono ba we gwa ana tima ana we tie sukma ye mare mi ya no jebe u orari pa abe ma ne noge imugbona Kamia, awe ni adwa I hasani pupo.
Egbe no sunu na no kauna, omaye sunu wuta de abade. Unuame wa de aba okpa mahun.
He has put so many boys in the bush, giving them guns to terrorize our community, to sell our land.
Responding, the Oka of Unuame village, Kingsley also denied the allegation, saying the elders are attempting to frame him because he refused to allow indiscriminate sale of community land.
I, as the representative of the Oba village in Unuame, refuse them to be selling land. That's the problem.
The people of Adeyamba community say they will not relent in their struggle until their grievances are heard and addressed amicably. From Benin, Enfosa Wangwe, ITV News.
The Benin Akai Golden Lions Club under Lions International District 404A4, Region 6, Nigeria, yesterday held its fundraising luncheon and investiture ceremony for Lion Osahon Wagbafo, who was inaugurated as the 6th president of the club. The well-attended event, which also featured the installation of club officers and the induction of new members, took place at the Bishop Kelly Pastoral Center, St. Paul's Catholic Church, Airport Road, Benin City. The ceremony marked a significant milestone for the club, ushering in new leadership and reaffirming its dedication to impactful community service. The report, filed by Ibrahim Adedeji, is presented by Jolade Ojo.
First Vice District Governor Lion Doris Ken Otokiti, who anchored the event, highlighted the core mandate of the Lions Club, service to humanity through impactful community projects. She explained that the gathering was a crucial fundraising drive dedicated to supporting pediatric cancer surgeries, stressing that the Lions remain committed to saving lives and providing hope for vulnerable children. She reaffirmed that every contribution made at the event would help advance their mission of humanitarian service.
This is one thing we know how to do very well as Lions. We are just volunteers. We all put ourselves together willfully to identify those gaps, those needs in our community and try to meet them.
Speaking at the event, the immediate past president, Chief Scott Ogenevoga Gawudu, praised the newly installed president, noting his commitment and selflessness during his tenure as vice president. He emphasized that these qualities made the leadership transition seamless and assured full support for his presidency.
I'm so glad that he's the president now because I know his capacity.
The newly installed president, Lion Osanhan Wagbafo, expressed deep gratitude for the support shown at his investiture, emphasizing the value of unity and togetherness within the club. He outlined his commitment to completing key projects before the end of his tenure, assuring members of his dedication to sustaining the club's vision and impact.
Thank God for a successful event, and my mission is just to carry out a site project.
Dora Adebayo of the Full Royal Lions Club spoke at the event about how a donation was motivated by a passion for supporting the visually impaired and extending help to orphanages and other charitable causes.
I've done it before, 2011. Any money realized here is for the charity. We go to orphanage, we do side diabetes, just like what the DG announced. That's all what we do.
The highlight of the occasion was the presentation of awards and the induction of new members to the Lions Club. From Benin, Jola Deojo, ITV News.
Residents of Iwoba Bekun community in Ovia Northeast local government area, Edo State, have called on prospective land buyers to return, assuring that the land dispute with previously hindered sales has now been fully resolved. The appeal was made during a public address by community leaders with elders, youths, and other key stakeholders present. Oluwapelumi Abioye completes the story.
Speaking on behalf of the community, the Odionwe of Iwoba Bekun announced that land sales have officially resumed following the peaceful resolution of all disputes that had created uncertainty for investors.
Now, as on enough for the you marry on no,
Elders and landowners reaffirmed the community's commitment to peaceful development, noting that ownership and boundary issues have been settled in line with traditional customs and legal procedures.
For some time now, there have been crisis, and that crisis, we decided that nobody should come in again to buy land. Now that we have resolved, people can now come in to buy land. There is peace now.
There's no quarrel again. Anybody who is coming to buy land here is free to come and buy. There's no fear.
The Okaigele of the community pledged the continued cooperation of the youth in maintaining peace, assuring genuine land developers of a safe and supportive environment.
We don't have any problem in this community. The community is a free community, very peaceful community. We need more customers.
Iwoba Bekun is cool and calm. We are calling on developers to come to Iwoba Bekun community to come and develop our community.
This is a rapidly developing community that is peace-loving.
We are using this opportunity to call on prospective buyers, investors, partners to come to Iwoba Bekun community to come and invest. We want to also invite all the sons and daughters of Iwoba Bekun community that come December 28, 2025, we'll be having our carnival. So you are invited to come and join us.
From Benin, Oluwapelumi Abioye, ITV News.
Residents of Egowangwe community in Ovia Northeast local government area, Edo State, have appealed to the government of Edo State and the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Ewai II, Oba of Benin, over what they described as continued harassment, intimidation, and alleged encroachment on their ancestral land by a resident of the neighboring Iguzama community. They say the situation has made living and farming in the area increasingly unsafe. Dona Nemiyen unveils the rest.
A According to natives of Igbo community, tensions have continued to rise following alleged repeated harassment and attacks by a man from the neighboring Iguzama community who has unlawfully encroached on a portion of land belonging to them, despite an ancestral boundary between the two communities. The natives alleged that their farmlands had been damaged, crops destroyed, and that several members of the community now live in fear due to ongoing threats and intimidation.
Saturday, Obi Guzama. Ana we oto eri mari moto iguza ma kare ma iya mogia ma mogima e bo no be jakima ye me da dogo bo ge uwa kan igbera wa he wa dori obo wa do mu e caterpillar ya go ge oto sori he mama mi gbo na de.
He has entered our forest and it took bulldozer to level our farmland, our crops, cash crops, pineapple, plantain, cocoa, rubber. He bulldozed everything.
The boundary, let me stand here the witness, because of the river, the market, Okabega and Uguzam. Down from that farm, that is the Egbebo, down to this way, Awovia. From there, down to this way, now we get them.
Speaking on behalf of the legal team of Igbo community, Barrister Melody Ojebu stated that every legal measure will be employed to address the unrest.
This person have encroached in this community, disregarding the boundary agreement between both communities and threatening the lives of the members, both including the elders and the individuals in this community.
Igbo is an agrarian community located off Sloko Road in Noviano East Local Government Area of Edo State. From Igbo community, Noviano East Local Government Area of Edo State, Donald Ehiminyeng, ITV News.
A short break beckons to stay.
TV, certainly the best.
Of course, that wraps it on the Network News tonight. Thanks for your time with us. I am Philip Omol Gyupon. Do be beautiful, right interest.